Hi, I'm Natalie Churchill, and I'm here in Glen Ellen, Illinois, and I'm going to be making one of my favorite dishes, pasta with tomato cream sauce and meatballs. Let's start off with the meatballs. I already have my ground sirloin in a bowl, and to it I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, a 1/3 cup of chopped celery leaves. And ladies, I'm just getting these celery leaves from the actual whole celery that I bought in the store, and you're literally just going to be pulling off the leaves and chopping them roughly. Next, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of sliced black olives. If you don't care for black olives, you can omit this, but I challenge you, it's very delicious in these meatballs, so you should try it. Next, I'm going to add some black pepper. It's about 1/8 tablespoon, and I'm also going to add some salt, about a 1/2 tablespoon. I have all of my dry ingredients in this bowl, and I need some moisture, and that's where my 1 large egg comes in. So I'm going to add my egg to give moisture to my meatballs, and with 2 clean hands I'm going to start making my meatballs. My mom actually taught me how to make meatballs, and I remember in her kitchen growing up and watching her. We had pasta a lot when I was growing up, and so I always love to make this dish because pasta is just very comforting. Alright, so you can make your meatballs any size that you want. Some people really like large meatballs. I'm more of a medium meatball type of gal, so I'll make those meatballs. Alright, so I finished making our meatballs, and now it's time to brown them. You're going to take the meatballs and you're going to put them in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you want to have it hot enough so that when you put the meatballs in, it's going to actually sizzle. So you're browning meatballs and not just steaming them. Alright, listen to that sizzle. As my meatballs brown, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get our vegetables ready for the sauce. And basically you're going to take 2 of your celery ribs, and I like to cut the ends off of each, and then half them. And next, you're going to take 1, I would say, medium-sized white onion, and I just like to take the ends off of that, because it'll be easy to peel off the skin once we half this. And then I take the onion and I'll quarter it. Oh wow, our meatballs are really going, guys. It's actually probably ready to flip them. Alright. So what you're looking for is just a brown on each side. You're not looking for it to cook all the way through, because basically our meatballs are going to finish cooking in our sauce. Alright, and I'm going to turn down the temperature just a little bit here. Okay. I'll finish with the skin of this onion. And basically what I'm going to do is we're going to use a whole bulb of garlic. It's going to be a smaller bulb of garlic, but it's going to be whole. It's going to be easy to take out at the end when we're finished with our sauce. So I try to look for a smaller one. Alright, so basically our meatballs have all browned. So I'm going to put them on a plate with a paper towel to just soak up some of that olive oil. I'm going to use the same pan for my sauce, but first what I want to do is get some of these extra pieces of meat off of the pan to make sure that it doesn't burn. I'm going to leave them in because it gives us basically some great flavor to our sauce. So my next step is I'm going to add a can of crushed tomatoes. And a pretty good sized can of tomato paste. I have 1 more can can of crushed tomatoes to add, but I want to make sure that I combined the crushed tomatoes with the paste, which is going to be basically a thickening agent. I really love thick sauce, and so I'm going to add to this, before adding the crushed tomatoes, another can of tomato paste and really stir that in so it's nicely blended. Alright, so I have my 2 cans of crushed tomatoes along with my tomato paste all blended. So now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And I just want to stir that all in. And I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to also add the vegetables that I cut up earlier. So it's going to be my chopped celery and my quartered onion. Along with my whole bulb of garlic. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the sauce, I'm going to turn up my heat, and I'm going to have it boil. But it's just sort of bubbling, basically, what you're looking for. You want to stir it when you get a chance to make sure that it's not burning. And then once you have it bubbly, you're going to set your oven to simmer, and then you're going to put a lid on this, and you're going to let it cook for about 40 to 50 minutes, depending on how hot your stove is. Also, I'm going to add back into my sauce all of my meatballs. My sauce has been cooking for 50 minutes, and I've gone ahead and removed all the vegetables and the bay leaf. And now it's time to add the Philadelphia Original Cooking Cream. And this is going to make my pasta sauce, which is already pretty thick, nice and creamy and delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and just gradually add the cooking cream. And I've gone ahead and also turned off the burner of the oven because you want to add the cooking cream off heat, basically. Oh, and this looks so good, you guys, and I wish that you could smell it right now because it just smells delicious and I can't wait to eat it. So the cooking cream is going to take my basic tomato sauce and really make it a nice tomato cream sauce. And I would say probably about, I would add the tub of the original Philadelphia cooking cream. Oh, this looks great. While my pasta sauce was finishing up, I also went ahead and I started to boil my water for my pasta, and I prepared my pasta according to the box instructions, as well as making sure to salt my water. Basically, when your pasta is boiling, this is the only time to really flavor the pasta, and so you want to give a nice amount of salt to the boiling water. And with this dish, you can basically use any pasta that is your favorite. So I recommend just picking something that you like and going with it, and of course you can always use a smaller sauce or a smaller shell pasta for the kids as well. Alright, so my sauce is ready, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use my serving bowl and take my noodles out. They're ready. Okay, and I'm going to use a little bit for me too on the side because I just can't wait to try it here. Alright, and then I am just going to put the pasta with the meatballs directly on the sauce here. The sauce is nice and thick. Okay. Oh, that's good. Doesn't that look delicious? And then just a little bit for me to try. Fork here. Delicious. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been great cooking with all of you, and thank you so much, Real Women of Philadelphia.